It's 7 a.m. in LA, 10 a.m. in New York, 2 p.m. in London, 5 p.m. in Riyadh, and in Malaysia. It's so far gone, I have no idea what day it is, what time it is, or which end is up. I'm Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. And I have such a mess here tonight, I swear to you. If we get through this, it will be a miracle. It will be a miracle. First of all, I got back late from dinner. So I rushed upstairs, I threw all the lights on, shoved everything together as best I could. I had a lot to talk about tonight too. And of all things, I am premiering a new audio system tonight, which you can probably hear. I hope, honestly, that you can hear me at all. Because I hear myself in my headphones. But when I monitor the streams, I don't hear anything. So if you are, yeah, I know, I can see I've got a few viewers here. We're on Facebook, of course. I'm not wearing pants. We're on Jay Sheldon's YouTube channel and twitch.tv, Jay Sheldon No Pants. If you can hear me, please put something in the chat over here and let me know that you can hear me. Because honestly, I don't know. I could be talking to myself, which I often do, a lot. So I think it's working because the meters here say it is. But the meters also were supposed to be playing music during my standby mode, and that ain't happening. I have a new microphone. I have a new soundboard. I have many more controls, and I have some effects. But seriously, I'm not sure that you all can hear me. I'll tell you what, I'm going to try one other thing. Just give me one quick second. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let me dump this and let me change to this and go here and then run this. More controls and I have some effects. Okay, so you hear that's me? Yeah. But seriously, so it is working. Sure. And does this work? That you all can hear me. Run this. More controls and I have some effects. Okay.
hear that?
Yeah, you can hear, but it sounds different, a little more echo. Yeah, excuse me. Hi, Andrews Toby. Thank you. Okay, let me just dump this because that's annoying as hell. Okay, okay, so I know the sound is working, at least on Facebook. I can't tell on Twitch and I can't tell on YouTube. Figure it out. Oh, InvisToby, you are on Twitch, so you can hear it. There's just a slight little bit of echo. I've just added just a little bit in there. But I can also do really cool things like this if it gets too boring. So there's always that. There's also this. I can finally sound like that 4-year-old I always wanted to. And if I really wanted to get scary, I can sound like this. I can get way down low because my voice already is quite low. And no matter what, it doesn't always sound like the Lollipop Guild. And the scariest one I found of all is this one. This one is insanely low. And yeah, we about had it with that. I promise I will not overuse these things. I mean, it's just one of the things that I can do. It's really cool. I love this. So it's got a bunch of different effects and stuff like that. And when we need to, we can pop them in there. So it's a toy, okay? I bought a new toy, all right? Forgive me. Anyway, we had a very long walk with Miko tonight. We went like 60 kilometers around the neighborhood. It was insane. I also noticed a little humming in the line, so if you hear that, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get everything adjusted here so that I know what I'm doing. But for some reason, I could not get my music to play tonight. I don't know why. But anyway, thanks to streambeats.com anyway, even though they didn't take part. Dear mortals, oh, it's Mohammed. Here we go. Android QP6779, I was in disguise with the name of Mohammed all this time to gather enough information to send it to the headquarters. I have accomplished my duty. You know, I should be reading this in that other voice, don't you think? Let's go. I was in disguise with the name of Mohammed all this time to gather enough information to send it to the headquarters. I have accomplished my duty, and you will not be in any good use anymore. Therefore, a destruction must be made. You have 45 minutes left. Spend them wisely. I think that worked really well. I just happened to have that tonight, and it was perfect timing, Mohammed. So 45 minutes to go, great. I can fit all this in 45 minutes, no problem. In fact, probably less. So I'll have a couple of minutes to have a coffee and a cigarette before we all blow up. Wow. That was frightening. Okay, let's see here. Is my other cam also? Yeah, my other cam is also working, strangely enough. You know what? The way tonight's gone, I would be surprised. I truly would be surprised. It's been a bit of a mess. Anyway, we went on this enormous walk with Miko. She loved it, of course. The longer, the better for her. Also, we did a late dinner. We had some shopping to do. I was out of coffee. There is one thing that won't get in my way, no matter what. The stream can wait. I need coffee. So I had to pick up coffee. And I just drink the cheap crap. I don't make this. I mean, I love it, the fresh brewed, but I don't have to have it. This is Nescafe with some instant Nescafe with some hot water. I've been drinking this almost my whole life. Mohammed, hello. Hello, and thanks for that wonderful opening. I loved it. It was very cool. Excuse me. All right. I did not even get a chance to set up my Facebook review. You see? It's not there. I've got to go over here and I've got to do it live on the air. So just bear with me. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. Okay. And you're going to get to see it as it happens because this is what I do every night. I save crap to my saved list. And then, oh, geez, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. All right, let me open in a new tab and then pause it. You got to see this guy. This is amazing. This guy, check this out. He's cutting wood. Sadly, he has no arms. Look at this. unbelievable. When you think you've hit the end, when you think you can't put up with it, when you think you can't do something anymore, remember this guy. Don't tell me you can't do something. This is remarkable. This just got posted about 20 minutes ago by a friend of mine. Look at that. Check it out. With his neck against his chest. I don't know the background behind this guy, why he has no arms, but that is absolutely amazing. Hats off. Incredible. Incredible. Don't ever think you can't do something. Wow. Okay, that's not, this is the other one. What is this one? Oh, my friend James. My friend James, this is a public posting, so I'm sure he won't mind that I'm sharing this. Yeah, it is incredible. Yeah, can't even do this, and he has arms. You're right. Listen to this. I love this. I love this. James posted it tonight. He has it as the hashtag line of the day. Never be afraid or ashamed of being stupid. Only of remaining that way when you have had an opportunity to change. Man, that is deep and nice. I love this. Thank you for putting that up, James. Never be afraid or ashamed of being stupid. Only when you remain that way, when you've had the opportunity to change. Write that down. Somebody should have. This is in no particular order. Usually I put these up like, all the heavy crap and the, cancel culture and all that other buffalo sandwich junk. Tonight it's just a compilation from the sublime to the ridiculous because I didn't have a chance to organize it because I was late. This was great. Always trust science. That moron Fauci and all that crap. Yeah, the science. Here's what the science has told us in the past. Nicotine cigarettes, the smooth taste expectant mothers crave. Boy, don't we all know better nowadays. No flies on me, thanks to DDT. Yes, good old DDT. If you don't know what DDT is, look it up. Do an internet search. I don't want to plug the most popular one because they're morons. How about this one? The Bear Company. Compressed tablets. Each contains, I can't tell how much that says, something grain each of heroin hydrochloride. Isn't that nice? Take your heroin there. To be taken two or three, to be taken only by order of a physician. Very nice. And finally, let this magic mineral, asbestos, protect the buildings on your farm. Science says so. Always trust the science. Oh my God. So be sure you wear 15 masks, because the life you save could be someone else's. Unbelievable. What else? Oh, I love this too. This was another post from a friend of mine, Pong. Pong posted this. Again, it's a public post, so I'm quite sure he won't mind. And besides, this guy was the original poster. He just shared it. So, Pong, thank you. This also, if you're in a relationship of whatever kind, this is so important. You need to listen to this. Again, write it down. Check this out. Some years back, my wife and I got into the habit of asking each other, do you want comfort or solutions? When the other was having a bad time. That one sentence can save us from an argument 9 out of 10 times. Again, think about what that means. Somebody's complaining because something happened at work. I'm just making this up. Something happened at work maybe, and they're not getting along with their boss. So your partner says to you, do you want comfort or solutions? Meaning comfort might be sympathizing, empathizing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's too bad. Your boss, he or she is just an idiot. They don't care. They don't know what they're talking about. All those things basically are comfort, but they don't really offer a solution. A solution might be to listen to the problem and provide an actual answer to how the problem might be solved. And those two things very often are not the same thing. But this is brilliant. I loved this when I saw it. I saved it so I could share it with you guys. Get in the habit of asking your partner, do you want comfort or solutions? And that, as it says here, that one sentence would save you from an argument 9 out of 10 times. I venture to say 99 out of 100 times. It's a very, very cool thing. I love that. I've marked it to save that for future reference. Are we already at, oh, okay, 16:30. All right, what else we got? Ow, very cool. What do you want to be when you grow up? I'm still deciding, by the way. What would you like to be when you grow up? I'm still deciding. Kids nowadays, huh? This is again Maria Harris. I keep sharing your posts, Maria. I hope you don't mind, but again, this is a public thing. The top 10 jobs kids want. Now, Maria makes the statement, kids nowadays just want to get the fast bucks, which may very well be true. Number 1, 34.2%, a YouTuber. You want to be a game developer? Well, you should absolutely do that. I hope you're on the path. Number 2, which is very similar to number 1. So really, you can almost combine these and wind up at 44, 50, over 50%. Number 2 is a blogger and a vlogger. Again, for all intents, YouTuber and a blogger are the same thing. It's just a different platform. Oh, Invest Toby has no idea what he wants to be when he grows up. It's all right. You don't have to make your mind right away. I still haven't made up mine. Musician or singer, 16%. An actor, 15.7%. A filmmaker, good for you, 13.65%. Doctor, spelled wrong, or a nurse, 13.45%. A TV presenter, an athlete, or a teacher. Now, I don't know, that's weird. Emily, hey! Emily, Star Nova, how are we doing? I'm doing very well. Please don't call me Mr. Sheldon. That was my father's name. It's Jay. But that's okay. I'm doing great. Thank you, and great to see you, Emily. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming on board. Athlete or teacher, I don't know whether or not that actually means they combined them into one, or they think this is an equivalent, or it's just because they both got 11.9%. I don't know. A writer, now there I can tell you from personal experience, is a very tough job. Only 8.4%. And a lawyer. So of all of these jobs that that kids, I don't know how they define kids, but kids want to be these days, these are the percentage. And if you look on this list, again, I'm slightly bent by my living in Asia for nearly 20 years. There's only 2 on here, a lawyer and a doctor, that really, Asian families would consider real jobs. I mean, there's 1 million real jobs, 1,000 real jobs. You can be a pipe fitter, a plumber, an aircon specialist, whatever. Like Mike Rowe says, I'm all for the dirty jobs. They keep the country running, keep it afloat, keep you and I cool and air-conned and refrigerated, and our toilets flushing. Very necessary jobs, and not bad jobs to have, by the way. Those guys and gals make great money. But of all these jobs on here, the 2 that are, again, forgive me, but normal, I don't even like to say normal, is doctor, nurse, and a lawyer. All the rest of these, man, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I mean, I don't want to discourage anybody from trying something. Absolutely. I did it. When I was growing up, I wanted to be 2 things. I wanted to be a DJ on the radio, or I wanted to be a cop. And just indulge me a quick story. I think I might have told it before, but I don't remember. When I was getting to the point where I needed to make a career decision, for the police departments, they had height and weight requirements, and I was short and fat. Well, I could lose weight, but I couldn't grow any taller. I was as tall as I was going to get. And I'm short. I'm like 5'6". So, and I was about 5'6" back then. So, excuse me. So my height was my height. And if you didn't meet those requirements, don't even apply. We won't take you. Well, by the time, so I went into radio. Had a very successful, wonderful, amazing career in radio and television, a little bit of film. And then I moved to Key West in Florida. And at that time, it was the 90s. And because of equal employment, women's rights, all that other stuff, they had basically taken out the height and weight requirement. So the rule now was if you can pass the physical and the background and all that other crap, but basically if you could get through the physical and the background check and all that, then you would qualify. So I went, I applied, I passed, and next thing you know, I was working for the Monroe County Sheriff's Department under Sheriff Rick Roth. So in my life, I set out when I was like 15, 16 years old that I wanted to do two things. I did both of them. No regrets. No regrets. And I fully admit that I have had a charmed, lucky life. I really have. It's been amazing. No regrets at all. Okay, we stuck on that one for too long. What else are we going to talk about? I want to be a YouTuber. Oh, yes, we have to spend at least a couple of seconds saying congratulations to this amazing man. Hang on, let me just readjust it a little bit here. Agong, which if you don't know, if you're not in Malaysia, Agong is our king. The king is a sultan, one of the many 14 states, whatever, sultans, and they rotate every, I don't remember how many years, every 5 years maybe, so that a new sultan becomes the king. So the Agong, which roughly translated means king of Malaysia, Agong congratulates Zija over the All England win. And this is that amazing badminton player. You see what I tell you before about bowling and badminton? They're cool sports here. They are cool sports in Malaysia, in Asia, really. Hey, Chaotic Robot, hello, Dad. Welcome to the show. We're just going through this random nilly-willy crap because I had no time to organize the show tonight. So it's hit and miss from all over the place. Anyway, we won the All England title. Our Malaysian player, Zija, and just briefly, I will never pronounce this correctly, but I will try, and please forgive me, at least I tried. Yang Dipertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah, which is basically another way of saying the king of Malaysia, the Agong. Sends his heartiest congratulations to national badminton hero Lee Zija on winning the All England Badminton Champion men's title single that was yesterday. Actually, I think it might have been 2 days ago now, but fantastic congratulations. And we had a world champion, Lee Chong Wei, Dr. Lee Chong Wei now, and he has since retired. This guy looks like he's kicking ass and chewing bubblegum, and he's all out of bubblegum. So he's doing a great job, and congratulations again to him. Makes the country proud. Fantastic. Really fantastic. All right, you know me and my Mars stuff. Got to talk about Mars. I hope this comes up. Yep, Mars' new rover is about to spawn a tiny helicopter. And is there a fan going back, or is it heavy raining? No, there is a fan, and I also have a new microphone. Oh, you missed the start of the show. Okay, if you just joined me, I have a new sound system here. It lets me do all kinds of crazy things like this, and I can change my voice and kind of play around with sound. I can also add in a sound effect when I need to, like that. And the problem is that this thing is almost too sensitive. So it is picking up like every little fart and beep and creak in the room. It's really crazy. So yeah, there is some noise. I'm sorry about that. I will work in the future to get rid of that. Right now, I just had to throw this show together because I was incredibly late tonight. So anyway, back to this. You know that mini helicopter we talked about last time that's on Mars? It is just about to launch and fly. It'll be the first manned flight on another planet ever. Incredible. So this is a picture from the rover of the helicopter. And there was another, there we go. Okay. It's stowed sideways, folded up, and locked in place. So there's a little reverse origami to do before they can set it down. Then they will set it down, and basically the rover here will back up over to get away from it. And then if everything goes the way it's planned, it will take off and fly around the surface of Mars. What an amazing accomplishment. There are videos out before this thing launched. Yeah, tiny chopper. There are things showing the research and study and science and technology that went into creating this chopper. Because don't forget, first of all, it's that far away from us and we're trying to control it. Second of all, the atmosphere on Mars is very different from Earth. So they have to compensate for all that stuff. Battery life, obviously, because it's flying up there, it's got to be as light as it possibly can be. So there's all that too. Okay, just a couple more things and then we're going to move on to our favorite book. How about this one, huh? Oh, wait, let me get it back. There we go. Food for thought. Just one piece of bacon. I love bacon. One piece of bacon daily increases your dementia risk by 44%. Now, I'm gonna guess most of us don't eat bacon regularly. I honestly, as much as I love it, I don't remember the last time I had a real piece of bacon. Here, it's not that easy to find real bacon, although most stores have non-halal sections in which you can find it. But it's expensive too. But yeah, just a little bit of like once or twice in a month, maybe once or twice a month. I would say for me, it's maybe even once a month, once every couple of months. So much as I might feel like it, I think my dementia risk is not that heavy from the bacon. Chaotic Robot says, like flying a tiny RC helicopter on different content in a snowstorm. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's not unlike that at all. So yeah, this was a little scary piece of research I found. You might give it some thought the next time you want to grab for a chunk of bacon. Do we have anything else? Oh yeah, we did. Oh my God, I had so much crap here for you tonight. Unbelievable, all the junk that I put together. Check this out. You know what this is? See these little stars? They look like pasta or something, right? By the way, Irene, thank you. Irene Hisham, who shared this on her Facebook page. See those little stars? How cool is that? See there? They're close up. It's sand. The star-shaped sand of Okinawa, Japan. Check that out. Look at this. As it goes in this here. This one you can actually tell almost looks like seashells. The sand in Okinawa, Japan contains thousands of tiny stars. These grains of sand are actually exoskeletons of marine protozoa. So I'm right, they are shells. They lived on the ocean floor about 550 million years ago. Oh my God. Wow. But check that out. Look at them close up. They're literally little stars. And these make up the sand in parts of Okinawa, Japan. So tiny, so small. Yeah. That is absolutely incredible. See, I have the coolest friends on Facebook, honest to God. And they post these amazing things. Yes, I've got all the political posts and all my foolish liberal friends and all my foolish conservative friends and the people in the middle. And I agree and disagree with a bunch of them, and they hate me and I tolerate them. But there's also just a whole collection of people who do good things, who do random acts of kindness. In fact, I put a whole show together. You'll find it on Facebook called Random Acts. Check it out on Facebook, Random Acts. and also Urban Jungle Food. Please check that out. We've got some exciting things coming up in the near future, by the way, for both of those shows. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Like the page, Urban Jungle Food, which I believe you'll find under UJF Malaysia, and Random Acts Malaysia, Malaysia page. Check that out. They're my shows. Well, then I say my shows because I've created them, but they are put together by Studio Voxel and a team of incredibly talented folks who all put that together. So anyway, I find these things, and they are just amazing, and I've got the best group of friends, I swear. They are so cool. What else did I don't remember what this one is, but we'll take a look live, and if I get in trouble, fine. Oh no, Alan posted this. I love this. Alan Bly, who is another voiceover, very talented voiceover guy. Good old Elon Musk, huh? I hate when people confuse education with intelligence. You can have a bachelor's degree and still be an idiot. Oh, truer words were never spoken. That is, I often said in a lot of businesses, including the business I am most familiar with, which is radio, I will take a guy who has been on the air for a year or two over a guy with a master's degree in communications or a doctorate in, Dr. So-and-so in communications and multimedia. Because there is something about that particular field of work that you cannot teach. You kind of have to have it or you don't. And I'm not saying, oh, look, aren't I special or anything like that. But it truly is something that you either have it or you don't. And teaching the basics, yes, how to run things and work the computers, and do all that stuff that I have trouble doing here. You can teach all that crap. But there's a thing about, especially in radio and to a somewhat lesser degree television, from a 45 plus year career in it, I can tell you that it's different. So yeah, you can have a bachelor's degree and still be an idiot. Absolutely true. Another dear friend of mine and a fellow I used to work with, John Howe, who, speaking of radio, who has had an amazing career in the broadcast business. John, it was great to hear from you earlier today. He posted this, and when the minute I saw this picture, all the feelings came welled up. John and his partner Frank, he finally got Frank to watch on Golden Pond, the first time for Frank, and he liked it. One of John's favorites of all time, and my absolute favorite film of all time. Hepburn and Fonda are amazing, and like John says here, I cry every time, every scene. If you have not seen, where was that? Somebody followed. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, from here I can't quite read your name, but thank you, whoever you are. I'll find out and thank you properly later. But yeah, this in fact, the post with one of the original on Golden Pond posters for this film is framed above my bed. In fact, one of my prized possessions. If you have not seen, it is my number one all-time favorite film. Katharine Hepburn, the amazing late Katharine Hepburn, Henry Fonda, also since passed, of course. But it is just a slice of life movie, which is one of my favorite kinds. People like horror and action adventure and all those different genres of films. Plain old, good feeling slice of life movies are my favorites. And this is the most brilliant film. Originally a Broadway show, probably before that an off-Broadway show. But this film, it is a must-see. At least do yourself the favor of watching it once. It might not be your thing, maybe you're not into it, but I'm telling you, all-time favorite film on Golden Pond. Such an amazing movie, and I'm glad Frank got the chance to watch it. That's very cool. What else? We got one more here? I think we got one more, and then we got to move on. Let's see, here we go. What's this one? Oh! Yeah, check this out. Last Action Hero. This is from Zach Penn. Started working on the script for this movie 30 years ago, pretty much to the month. Everyone told us, don't write a movie about movies. You can't teach flair. You're right, Chaotic Robot, you're right. Everyone said, don't write a movie about a movie. The lesson is, never listen to anyone about anything. Ever. Yes! Yes! Never listen to anyone about anything, ever. That from the writer of Last Action Hero. Classic film. Oh my. All right, we got to move along from that. Hang on, coffee break time. You're right, you can't teach flair. Style, flair, je ne sais quoi. All right. Hey, I looked ahead, and I only have 2 more chapters to go in Alice in Wonderland. Seriously, there's just not that much more to go. This chapter is a long one, I will warn you. Yes, it is finally coffee tonight, because I mentioned earlier, I know you weren't here earlier, but I ran out of coffee, which is a no-go. We cannot, no, we do not go without coffee. So anyway, I got the coffee, and I made a cup very quickly before I came on the air. All right, enough of that. Yes, so wherever you may be, I haven't done all my plugs like usual tonight, please. Facebook Live, I'm not wearing pants. Like the page, subscribe. I think liking will automatically subscribe you, you'll get notified. Okay, y'all pick this time. I chose the current one. Okay. YouTube, look for this logo for Jay Sheldon's YouTube channel. You'll find all the broadcast there. And of course, twitch.tv/JSheldonNoPants is where you will find the other part of this. If you want to help out the cause, there you go. You can pop in a little donation right there if you're on twitch.tv. If you're on Facebook Live, up above here in the description, there's a link. You click that, make a donation if you can. If you can't, hey, all's good, no worries, no obligation. By all means, and this is totally free, like, share, subscribe, comment, and if you would like to email, there's a new way to get in touch with me. We already got a few emails. I reply to every email, no matter what, right here. nopants@jsheldon.com. You can send an email right there. And of course, as always, you can get a hold through Skype. The Gutenberg Project is where we get our books from. They are free, and they are funded from the public, if you are so inclined. But this is all public domain books. We have been doing Alice in Wonderland. Prior to this, we did, of course, The Wizard of Oz. And it's been absolutely amazing. This book is such a trip. It's weird. And this, again, is a very long chapter, so we're going to get right to it. Bear with me. It's going to take some time to get through. Number 10, chapter 10 is where we are. The Lobster Quadrille is the name of this chapter. I have a feeling this is going to be just as weird as the rest. The Mock Turtle. Grab the popcorn. That's right. Okay, Chaotic Robot, here we go. The Mock Turtle sighed deeply and drew the back of one flapper across his eyes. He looked at Alice and tried to speak, but for a minute, 2 sobs choked his voice. Same as if he had a bone in his throat, said the Griffin, and it set to work shaking him and punching him in the back. Well, at last the Mock Turtle recovered his voice, and with tears running down his cheeks, he went on. You may not have lived much under the sea. I haven't, said Alice. And perhaps you were never even introduced to a lobster. Alice began to say, I once tasted it, but checked herself hastily and said, no, never. So you can have no idea what a delightful thing a lobster quadrille is. No, indeed, said Alice. What sort of a dance is it? Why, said the Griffin, you must first form into a line along a seashore. 2 lines, cried the Mock Turtle, seals, turtles, salmon, and so on. And then when you've cleared all the jellyfish out of the way, that generally takes some time, interrupted the Griffin. You advance twice. Each with a lobster as a partner, cried the Griffin. Of course, the Mock Turtle said. Advance twice, set to partners. Change lobsters and retire in the same order, continued the Griffin. Then you know, the Mock Turtle went on. You throw the lobsters, shouted the Griffin with a bound into the air. As far out to sea as you can. Swim after them, screamed the Griffin. Turn a somersault in the sea, cried the Mock Turtle, capering wildly about. Change lobsters again, yelled the Griffin at the top of his voice. Back to land again, and that's all the first figure, said the Mock Turtle, suddenly dropping his voice, and the two creatures, who had been jumping around like mad things all this time, sat down again, very sadly and quietly, and looked at Alice. It must be a very pretty dance, said Alice timidly. Why, would you like to see a little of it? Said the Mock Turtle. Oh, very much indeed, said Alice. Come, let's try the first figure, said the Mock Turtle to the Griffin. We can do without lobsters, you know. Which shall sing? Oh, you sing, said the Griffin. I've forgotten the words. So they began solemnly dancing around and around Alice, every now and then treading on her toes when they passed too close, and waving their forepaws to mark the time, while the Mock Turtle sang this very slowly and sadly. Will you walk a little faster, said a whiting to a snail. There's a porpoise close behind us, and he's treading on my tail. See how eagerly the lobsters and the turtles all advance. They are waiting on the shingle. Will you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance? You can really have no notion how delightful it will be when they take us up and throw us with the lobsters out to sea. But the snail replied, too far, and gave a look askance. Said he thanked the whiting kindly, but he would not join the dance. Would not, could not, would not, could not, would not join the dance. Would not, could not, would not, could not, would not join the dance. What matters it how far we go, his scaly friend replied. There is another shore, you know, upon the other side. The further off from England, the nearer is to France. Then turn not pale, beloved snail, but come and join the dance. Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance? Well, thank you. It is a very interesting dance to watch, said Alice, feeling very glad that it was over at last. And I do so like that curious song about the whiting. As to the whiting, said the Mock Turtle, you've seen them, of course. But yes, said Alice, I've often seen them at She checked herself hastily. I don't know where Din may be, said the Mock Turtle, but if you've seen them so often, of course you know what they're like. I believe so, said Alice thoughtfully. They have their tails in their mouths, and they're all over crumbs. Oh, you're wrong about the crumbs, said the Mock Turtle. Crumbs would all wash off in the sea. But they have their tails in their mouths. And the reason is, here the Mock Turtle yawned and shut his eyes. I'll tell you about the reason and all that, he said to Griffin. The reason is, said the Griffin, that they would go with the lobsters to the dance, so they got thrown out to sea. So they had to fall a long way. So they got their tails fast in their mouths, so they couldn't get them out again. That's all. Thank you, said Alice. It's very interesting. I never knew so much about a whiting before. Well, I can tell you more if you'd like, said the Griffin. Do you know why it's called a whiting? I never thought about it, said Alice. Why? Well, it does the boots and shoes, the Griffin replied very solemnly. Alice was thoroughly puzzled. Does the boots and shoes? She repeated in a wondering tone. Why, what are your shoes done with? Said the Griffin. I mean, what makes them so shiny? Alice looked down at them and considered a little before she gave her answer. They're done with blackening, I believe. Boots and shoes under the sea, the Griffin went on in a deep voice, are done with a whiting. Now you know. And what are they made of? Alice asked with a tone of great curiosity. Soles and eels, of course, the Griffin replied rather impatiently. Any shrimp could have told you that. If I'd been the whiting, said Alice, whose thoughts were still running on the song, I'd have said to the porpoise, keep back, please. We don't want you with us. Oh, they're obligated to have them with them, said the Mock Turtle. No wise fish would go anywhere without a porpoise. Would it really? Said Alice in a tone of great surprise. Of course not, said the Mock Turtle. Why, if a fish came to me and told me he was going on a journey, I would say, with what purpose? Don't you mean purpose? Said Alice. I mean what I say, the Mock Turtle replied in an offended tone. And the Griffin added, come on, let's hear some of your adventures. Oh, I could tell you my adventures beginning from this morning, said Alice a little timidly. But it's no use going back to yesterday, because I was a different person then. Explain all that, said the Mock Turtle. No, the adventures first, said the Griffin in an impatient tone. Explanations take such a dreadfully long time. So Alice began telling them her adventures from the time when she first saw the white rabbit. She was a little nervous about it at first. The two creatures got so close to her, one on each side, and opened their eyes and mouths so widely, but she gained courage as she went on. Her listeners were perfectly quiet till she got to the part about her repeating, "You are old, Father William," to the caterpillar, and the words all coming differently. And then the Mock Turtle drew a long breath and said, "That is very curious." "It's all about as curious as it can be," said the Griffin. "It all came different," the Mock Turtle repeated thoughtfully. "I should like to hear her try and repeat something now. Tell her to begin." He looked at the Griffin as though he had some kind of authority over Alice. "Stand up and repeat. 'Tis the voice of the sluggard," said the Griffin. How the creatures order one about and make one repeat lessons, thought Alice. It might as well be at school at once. However, she got up and began to repeat it, but her head was so full of the lobster quadrille, she hardly knew what she was saying, and the words came out very queer indeed. "'Tis the voice of the lobster," I heard him declare. "You have baked me too brown, I must sugar my hair. As a duck with its eyelids, so he with his nose trims his belt, his buttons, and turns out his toes." Later editions of this book continue as follows. "When the sands are all dry, he is gay as a lark, and will talk in contemptuous tones of the shark. But when the tide rises and the sharks are around, his voice has a timid and tremulous sound." "Well, that's very different from what I used to say when I was a child," said the Griffin. "Well, I've never heard it before," said the Mock Turtle, "but it sounds like uncommon nonsense." Alice said nothing. She sat down on her face, with her face in her hands, wondering if anything would ever happen in a natural way again. "I should like to have it explained," said the Mock Turtle. "Well, she can't explain it," said the Griffin hastily. "Go on with the next verse." But what about his toes?" the Mock Turtle persisted. "How could he turn them out with his nose, you know?" "It's the first position in dancing," Alice said, but was dreadfully puzzled by the whole thing and longed to change the subject. "Go on with the next verse," the Griffin repeated impatiently. "It begins, 'I passed by his garden.'" Alice dared not disobey, though she felt sure it would all come out wrong, and she went on in a trembling tone. "I passed by his garden and marked with one eye how the owl and the panther were sharing a pie. The panther looked at pie crust and gravy and meat, while the owl had the dish as its share of the treat. When the pie was all finished, the owl, as a boon, was kindly permitted to pocket the spoon. When the panther received knife and fork with a growl, and concluded the banquet. What is the use of repeating all that stuff? The Mock Turtle interrupted, if you don't explain it as you go on. It is by far the most confusing thing I have ever heard. Well, I think you better leave off, said the Griffin, and Alice was only too glad to do so. Shall we try another figure of the lobster quadrilles? The Griffin went on, or would you like the Mock Turtle to sing you a song? Oh, a song, please, if the Mock Turtle would be so kind, Alice replied, so eagerly that the Griffin said in a rather offended tone, no accounting for tastes. Sing her turtle soup, will you, old fellow? The Mock Turtle sighed deeply and began, in a voice sometimes choked with sobs, to sing this. Beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting in a hot tureen. Who for such dainties would not stoop? Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Beautiful soup, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful, beautiful soup. Beautiful soup. Who cares for fish, game, or any other dish? Who would not give all else for 2 pennies worth of only beautiful soup? Pennies worth only of beautiful soup. Chorus again! Cried the Griffin, and the Mock Turtle had just begun to repeat it when a cry of "The trial's beginning!" was heard in the distance. Come on, said the Griffin, and taking Alice by the hand, it hurried off without waiting for the end of the song. What trial is it? Alice panted as she ran, but the Griffin only answered, Come on, and ran faster, while more and more faintly came, carried on the breeze that followed them, the melancholy words. Soup of the evening, beautiful, beautiful soup. What did I tell you? What did I tell you about how weird this thing was? Oh my God, I swear. All right, that's it, chapter 10. Wow, I told you it was a long one. Chapter 11 coming up, it's called Who Stole the Tarts? And from what I can see, this book has only 2 more chapters. 2 more and we're done, folks. I'm going to go over to the Gutenberg Project, gutenberg.org. I'm going to check out what's there. And I've received a few suggestions as to what you'd like me to do next. I will take a look through, see what I think might be good. And we'll let you know. If you want to get in touch, you can always come on during the show. We're on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 Malaysian time, 10 p.m. But you can also, right here, right there we go, let's use this hand. No pants at jsheldon, which way? This way. No pants at jsheldon.com is our email address, and you can send in. I will reply, I promise. Every email, I always send a reply out. We've received several, and I will get right to as soon as we can. Our artwork out in a few minutes. Thank you, Chaotic Robot. Would you, Chaotic, if you don't mind, would you again type in the hashtag that you use over there on Twitter so I can remind people what that is, and you can remind people what that is. Also, for our viewers not on Twitch, who are on YouTube and Facebook, we want to remind them too. I will not be attending the streams for the next, oh no, Mohamed, you've got an English as a foreign language type thing, I think, IELTS prep course. Wow. Oh, applying for universities. Wow. Good luck with that. Fantastic. All the best. That is excellent. That is really good. And we're going to miss you a great deal, Mohammed. Thank you so much for everything you've done for the stream. Sir, it's been great to have you here. You're a lot of fun. You're funny. And please, if you can take a break from all your busy stuff, please do join us. You are always welcome here, and all the very best of luck to you. Indeed. Good luck, Mohammed. For Twitter, by the way, the hashtag is hashtag #InNoPantsLand. All, of course, one word. In No Pants Land, which is where we live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. In No Pants Land. Oh, man. What a blast. That book is just too weird. I gotta find something that's fun, but not so weird for the next one, because this one has been a little off the wall. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing to over on twitch.tv or Facebook and YouTube. I truly appreciate that. Again, if you missed the beginning of the show, I got a new sound system tonight. Some of it worked great, some of it sucks. I'm still working out all the kinks. I can put as much echo into my voice as I dare. Let me just get rid of some of that. Okay, and increase some of that. There we go. Okay, and I got all kinds of little funny, there you go, so pay attention. We can send out kisses and do all kinds of funny things. So I will try not to overuse and abuse those, because it's really tempting when you can do strange things like this. Yeah. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thanks so much. I don't think the ending is going to play the music as usual, because there's something weird going on with this sound system. I'll have it fixed for next time, I hope. Until then, thank you so much. I'm Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. Good night.